This video is brought to you by ProStar Tables.
Hi pool players, it's the Terminator and welcome back to another episode of Terminator Tips. In this video we're going to look at the second episode of the Safety First series and it's called the Big Brother Little Brother drill. Again, this is powerful material. You're going to get a lot of repetition for certain types of shot that come up all the time in your 9-ball and 10-ball games. So let's hop onto the pool table now and show you how this drill is done. Here we go. Big Brother, Little Brother safety drill. Why is it called that? Because we have two zones on the table that we're going to play the object ball and the cue ball in, and we have to choose which one we're going to take. One of the zones is the size of the kitchen. So from the short rail to the second diamond, that's the Big Brother zone. And the other zone will be on the opposite side of the table and will run from the short rail to the first diamond. So it's a smaller zone and therefore it's called Little Brother. So the drill goes as follows. We have to make contact with the object ball. The biggest rule again is the cue ball has to cross the middle of the table at least one time. You can't play small safeties. Call which ball will land in the big zone and which ball will land in the small zone. To make it easier, I always just call the small zone and it's automatic that the other one will be the big zone. Let me demonstrate a few shots that will come up all the time, and then after that I'm going to try and make a nice run for you guys. So here, for example, on the opening shot, which is the only time where both balls will be on the spot, I'm going to try and overcut the one ball and bring it into the small zone down there, and that will automatically mean that the cue ball has all the freedom here to come into the big area. Another big rule is the object ball is not allowed to come in these four sections. From the first diamond to the first diamond, you have a pretty small little zone here. The object ball is not allowed to come in any of those four zones. It has to clear the corner pockets. Let me demonstrate the opening shot. I'm overcutting the one ball, bringing that into the little zone, and the cue ball has the freedom to come in the big one. Right away we come up with a shot that comes up all the time, and this is banking the object ball up and down the table and trying to leave it close to the short rail. So on this shot I would recommend calling the one ball into the small zone, which would be on this side this time. You would think, why do I need these shots? Well, let's say you're playing a game of 8-ball or 9-ball and there's only a few balls left on the table. It's critical that your object ball lands close to the cushion so you don't give away an easy shot or potentially a cut shot. Make your opponent at least bank the ball. If you cannot hide it behind another ball, make it as tough as you can, so your speed control and direction are crucial in your safety shots. This comes up all the time, guys. Banking it up and down. Here it comes. The one lands in the small zone and the cue ball stays there in the big zone. What's really important, guys, and I want to stress this, is that you don't look at the result of the object ball too much in this drill. For example, if we have a shot like this and I have to hit it on the outside and clip it thin, the object ball could end up here, for example, in this area. And let's say we called the cue ball into the short zone, you might end up with a shot like this. And then the trap is to think, yeah, but that's not a safety. But you have to think ahead to, for example, a game. Let's say there was a wall of balls in the game like this. So the cue ball went around, the one ball went there, so it's actually a super well executed shot. Use your imagination to think about potential walls of balls, area of balls where you want to hide the cue ball behind. That's the whole trick and goal of this exercise, to get that speed of the cue ball and direction sharper. So you're not going around and hitting one of these balls or going too long and selling out. You get it right where you want it with the correct speed. Here's another one that comes up all the time, overcutting the one ball and banking it to the short rail. And you'll be amazed how many times people either hit this too thin, too thick, too hard, and give up a shot. This is the repetition and the training that you can put in to get much better at this very fast. Overcutting this, calling the one ball in the small zone, and sending the cue ball back down table for a nice safety shot. Imagine potentially there's some blockers here. You have now hooked your opponent. The speed is great and he's in trouble. Here's a shot that you see in many games. I could potentially bank this one up and down, call the one into the small brother zone, but you're also allowed to kick this shot. This is really gonna train your kicking the ball from behind, sending the one ball this time here, and the cue ball also stays down table. Very handy shot to know. Can win you a lot of games. Your speed control, direction and execution will get to another level. For example, here I can choose to hit it full in the face and send the one ball 2 rails, potentially a 3rd rail into this area. I need good speed control and direction. And the cue ball stays there in the big zone. Or if there's potentially a blocker in the way along the same line, I have to play the thin cut shot, very tough to execute, but that's also one that comes up and we have to train. Not easy to do, but it sure is a weapon if you can pull that one off. Okay, now I'm gonna try and make a run for you guys and demonstrate what it looks like if you do this alone. Again, you can do this in a race to 30 against yourself, or you can do it in a sparring version with a partner. Play a race to 15, race to 20, mix these safety drills up, do one race to 10, another one a race to 10, and both of you, or just you, are gonna really get the benefits out of this and get better and better and better. I promise you, I still do it myself also. It works, it's great material, and this is something you really need to implement into your training. If you're only training offense, your defense is always gonna lack and fall behind. These little drills are gonna make your touch, your direction, your confidence, your execution go up, and you're gonna catch up with your offense and be a more complete player. I'm gonna write in the screen which ball will land in the short zone, and that automatically means the other ball gets the freedom of the big brother zone. Here we go. There you go, a clear overview of all the shots that will come up in this drill. Do this one and the other drills in these series and elevate your safety game like a rocket. Please don't forget to check out all the other great content on this channel, guys. There's tips and lessons uploaded weekly on Wednesdays. And if you're interested in the mental side of the game, head over to terminatorcollege.com. Check out all the courses that are waiting there for you. Take care.